Vodafone presents the pre-match.
Welcome back to ESL Pro League North America. Once again here on the B stream with the Aussies. It's morning for us, it's evening for you, but either way we're all going to have a good time no matter what time of day it may be. 3 more exciting matchups for the day, Pilly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're getting towards the end of the season now, so that's when all the matches always get a little bit spicier because, you know, if you lose the wrong match, if you get beaten by an underdog, it can give you some extra things to cry about, I suppose. Didn't go to Odense.
I mean, yeah, I suppose so. We've got 2 more, I suppose, bottom of the table matchups today, and then one that will be a little bit, I think, less close, given that we've got number 1 team, EnVyUs, who have taken over Ghost as of yesterday, I believe, to going on against number 11, so second last place in the league in Rogue. So that one, I think, maybe not as close, but the others will be interesting, featuring, we've got what, Rogue versus Envy, EnVyUs versus Rogue, and then Luminosity versus Cole. So that complexity lineup has fallen down to 9th place in the league now. I think they were sitting like 6th or 7th, but they've slipped a few places now.
Yep, and that's what happens when you start, I don't know what the word is, you know, we saw a couple games from them, but they didn't really, they weren't able to close out a couple series that, you know, they should have.
So there's our schedule that I just went over. Over on the mainstream as well, Ghost versus Luminosity up first for them. Renegades up against Cloud9 and finishing with Ghost versus Ince. So couple there for Ghost who have just lost that number 1 place in the league. They held it for the first, we're match day number 10 now, so they held it for the first 9 match days, but now EnVyUs have nicked it from them. At least for now, yeah, maybe if they can get some good wins. But, I mean, little difference in the records. EnVyUs currently sitting at 15-3 with 18 games played. I believe, off the top of my head, Rogue are like 12-2, something like that currently.
Rogue?
Sorry, Ghost.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. Thank you for fixing that. Ghost, those guys, yeah, the ones who were number 1.
You swapped those 2 scorelines around, and that's a bit closer.
Yeah, Rogue are 3-11 at the moment.
Oh, I was actually right.
Big ouchie.
Yeah,
but
big yikes.
Big yikes. I mean, still a chance to avoid, I guess, instant relegation. It's going to be hard to get out of those bottom 3 spots for them, but Envy at the moment have had, I think it's fair to say, an incredibly rough Pro League season thus far, and given that we're most of the way through it, just in general, they've had a pretty rough season. They've got only 1 win. That was a 16-14 against Complexity on Cage a couple weeks back, so, or match days back, I should say. So it's been tough for the new Envy lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's going to get any easier. They have to play Rogue, so that's a beatable opponent for them. Aren't Rogue playing like the first place team and the last place team in the same back-to-back?
Yes. They are. I had to check. They are playing number 12, and yeah, so they're playing Envy.
Little warm-up and then straight into 2-0ing EnVyUs. Easy.
100%
easy for Rogue.
Easy. And, of course, all of these teams are fighting for a place at the finals in Odense later on in the year. There'll be exciting things to go back to Denmark. Good times. I mean, Envy probably not making it there.
No.
Rogue probably also not making it there. But we should see the likes of EnVyUs there, sitting at first place in the league. I would find it very, very interesting if they didn't manage to pinch a spot in the finals.
Yeah. I mean,
weird time.
Rogue just lost their Danish player, so they probably wouldn't find it as easy to get into the country now. Don't have someone to vouch for them.
Not quite sure that's how it works. Let's have a look at the standings and see if any of the numbers that we've been spouting off have been anywhere close to correct. It might be 15 wins, 3 losses. 96. Envy, minus 104. Now, the interesting thing for Envy, not to unnecessarily bash on them, but I'm pretty sure the record for the worst Pro League season that we've had so far was, I think it was an old E United lineup that went...
I thought it was Ghost Gaming, wasn't it?
I can't remember which team it was, but I'm pretty sure they went like -170, something like that, in rounds. And that's like the worst Pro League season that we've had.
Yeah,
so
in terms of round diff, okay.
Yeah, in terms of round diff. So, Envy, not quite there. Still not doing the best, I think it's fair to say, but look, there you go. So it's 15-3 for EnVyUs, 12-2 currently for Ghost. So Ghost with a few more maps, 4 more maps today over on the A stream.
So wait.
I mean, they can bring it back.
If Envy 2-0 Rogue and then Rogue 0-2 EnVyUs, does that mean Envy take them over?
So it's 3 points for wins.
No, because Envy have an extra loss, right?
It's 3 points for wins in regulation time if you don't go to OT. So if they 2-0 Rogue, then they'll get 6 points out of that, so they'll be on 9. If Rogue lose, they get no more points. I think you get less for OT wins.
Oh, you get less?
Sure it's 2 for OT wins and 3 for regular regular wins. So, well, yeah, we can check that, because 3 times 15, if EnVyUs won all their games, would have been 45, but they've got 1 OT win, so it's 44. Quick maths. We did it. Yeah, so Envy can't overtake Rogue today,
Yeah.
But if they get that 2-0, then that's a good way to start. Certainly, that'll put them on 9 points rather than 3. And then they'll only be 1 behind Rogue. So if they can grab another win or 2, then they can push Rogue down. Luminosity, I mean, certainly at risk of falling back into that very bottom relegation spot there as well if Envy can make a bit of a run, which, based on their current performance, maybe not likely, but certainly possible. It's, as we said every time we talk about Envy, it's a team full of names that really should be able to do better than they are. So not exactly sure what it is that isn't clicking for them, but I mean, they're not a team we can entirely count out.
Yeah, not really. I mean, if you look at the names on paper, like, these guys are not players that have necessarily, you know, blown the Pro League away in the past. I mean, the closest thing is like Nifty playing with Renegades, but even when like JDM was playing on Liquid, like, obviously they were so good that they would win in Pro League anyway, but it's not like they would just smash everybody and just easy win it straight to the finals or whatever. And then, you know, you talk about your trio of your Semphis and Cutler and Drone. Obviously, Cutler was more recently added to that Splice lineup, whatever they were called after that. I can't really remember the name of the team.
No.
But they always sort of struggled in Pro League as well. The amount of times they played in promotion relegation series, when it looks like they're going to have to go through it again, they're getting quite good at that. So I'll probably see them in Pro League again next time, unless they are completely in that bottom spot, so they probably need their 2-0.
And if they do fall into that bottom spot, of course, that will mean relegation, which means that you won't be able to watch them here. However, you will be able to watch them in the Mountain Dew League, which is where that relegation spot does go. So
Set
you
you
can
up
go
for that one,
and
didn't
thanks,
I?
mate. You did. You can go and watch them in MDL, or even if you're good enough, you can qualify into MDL in whatever region you may be playing in.
And then you
and
can watch
try
yourself
and beat them.
shoot them.
Yeah, exactly. You can
Yeah.
watch yourself in
The best
server.
seat in the house.
Maybe you can get into MDL over the likes of the teams who get relegated. Maybe. I feel like that's very optimistic, but there you go.
I believe in our viewers. What the hell, Tim?
All of them?
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yes.
So we're going to have a team of, I don't know, a couple thousand, however many people watch this?
Yeah.
That seems like it would be unfair. A couple thousand v5. Can you imagine how many Bisons that would be?
Yeah, if they make it into Pro League, and then maybe somebody might have a chance of beating Coldzera.
Coldzera, 1v50, and the 50 all have Bisons.
Easy. I back him.
You back him? All right, maybe we can do a show match sometime. But moving back into our games for the day. Of course, nothing unusual here in the lineups that we see on the screen. Rogue, pretty much unchanged, apart from the fact that Cadian has left them to go north. Move north, to north. So Crystal will be filling in for them in that spot. Otherwise, Envy, this is the still relatively newly formed lineup that Envy has picked up. Their first NA lineup, I think, ever, if not in a long time, as they've had French teams for the last little while. But now looking at these boys, the North Americans and Canadians, because there is several of each.
Is there several? No, there's only one Canadian.
Just Semphis?
Yeah.
Ah. Well,
get your facts straight, Tim.
Sorry, look, my research into the Canadian factor wasn't perfect.
Yeah. You need to have a word to Kevin. He's our resident expert on the topic.
Yeah, why do I feel like you had a chat to Kevin about the Canadian factor last night?
Last night?
Did you not?
No.
Oh,
I didn't talk to Kevin last night.
Oh, well, maybe you should have. Maybe
Maybe
then
I
your
should've.
research into the Canadian factor will be better.
True. He's done whole research papers on it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what his
great.
thesis was on. The
Was it?
Canadian factor.
The Canadian factor.
In ESL Pro League that wasn't started yet.
This seems oddly specific.
Isn't that the point of a thesis? You try to do something someone else hasn't done, so you end up getting into something like
Something
really niche
specific, really
that
niche.
probably no one's going to read.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't done a thesis. I don't have the brain power for that.
Me neither.
I'm just like getting through a degree and not going to do a thesis because I can't write words. But you know what I can do? I can say words.
Ooh.
You know what some of those words are? Play faster with Vodafone. There's some words. I was going to try and integrate that, but we'll just roll straight through it. So, of course, with Vodafone, you can try and be a more speedy gamer, faster gamer. Maybe you too can make your way into Pro League if you are speedy enough and fast enough.
You
What do you reckon, Pilly? Can you make
speak-
Pro League?
Well, no.
No.
You see,
What if you play faster?
I've been in that MDL,
Mm-hmm.
and the only thing I was doing was losing faster. So.
But
yeah.
technically, you were still playing faster. Even if
Yeah,
play
I was
does
running
not-
my team into the opposing team and getting slaughtered.
Well, I mean, play doesn't
As fast as
necessarily say
possible.
win faster,
True.
just play faster.
Yeah.
So technically you're all right. But with Vodafone, you can win faster too, probably, if you're not Pilly or me, because, you know, we're here and not playing CS for a good reason.
Yeah.
Well, probably a good reason. I don't know. Let's have a look at the Betway odds for the game, shall we, Mitch, and see what everyone thinks of the of the game. So it looks like Envy on the outside to win this one, but not by particularly much. Might be a close game. What do you think?
I don't know, you look at the names on paper and you would actually expect Envy to be able to win this game, to be honest, but...
Then you look at the results in Pro League on paper.
I don't know, I think this could be a close one, but... Man, Dust2 for Envy was pretty nice last time, so I reckon this is probably going to be a 1-for-1. I believe Envy can take Dust in a fairly close manner. Even though we saw Rogue do some interesting things against Liquid on Dust, they did get 16-2'd. They had some strategies on it. So I reckon that, you know, you're going to see a really close game between the two, and Envy will take Dust in very, very close fashion with a really monstrous CT side and the double AWP. And then we'll go on to Cash, and Rogue will absolutely pummel them.
We'll see. I mean, for Envy, these teams, I can't remember what number 9 is at. That's Complexity. So they're at what? I need to check my notes. They're at 4 wins. I don't think they've had any overtime, so they're looking at, what, 12 points, something like that?
Yeah. And we were talking about that magic 15 number, which, by the way, United have now slid into that 6th place.
Right. Well, there you go. Sneaking on up. But the point I was trying to make there, I can't remember exactly how many points Complexity have off the top of my head. We'll have to check that. I don't think any of these two teams, at least in our first game, Rogue and Envy, are going to make it too far out of the bottom 3 spots.
No,
so I think they're all looking at relegation. But obviously the important thing is that 12th spot is an auto-relegation spot, whereas the 2 above it are you play for next season against the top teams of MTL. So this is basically a battle for 11th at this point.
This
Envy
is a battle
needed
to
2-0
stay
to
in
at
the
least
Pro
have a
League.
chance. Yeah, exactly. They needed 2-0 to get those 6 points, move up to 9 against a 10 of Rogue, to at least have a shot at not being automatically relegated and being able to play for their spot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's going to be a 1-1 if Envy play well. So
At best.
Yeah, at best. They'll either get 2-0'd. Rogue's in pretty decent form at the moment. I don't know. Like, they obviously had a pretty abysmal start just after losing KD and just trying to work into, you know, playing better and stuff, but they took a map off Liquid yesterday. Like,
They did.
They're looking better and better, and the individuals are looking really good. Like Sick, Vice, and Ricky. That's a trio of talent that you can't mess with. And then, you know, you got Hiko, who that's a very overqualified role player in your team, and especially in terms of experience and stuff like that. And Crystal, you know, he is clearly a very competent RGL. He doesn't need to light the server up when you got all your youngsters blowing everyone's head off.
Fragging away.
Yep.
Yes, I mean, maybe. I do think that at best for Envy, the most generous prospect we can give them is probably a 1-1. They will, of course, be looking for the 2-0 if they want to stay alive. All of these teams, being the teams in the bottom 3, which are Envy, Rogue, and Luminosity, probably all going to have to play for their spots anyway. Or, I mean, not play for spots. They're all going to be looking at some sort of relegation anyway, whether it's auto or whether it's playing for their spots. But for now, there's like 2 different battles going on. We've got the battle for 6th. Which is that last spot at the LAN.
Yeah,
the battle for 1st, which is like seeding, so it doesn't matter as much.
No one cares about that.
And then, of course, yeah. And then the battle for not being 12th, the battle for not being auto-relegated, for at least having a chance to play for your spot and stay in Pro League.
I used to care about 1st place when Ghost was in it, and I was getting excited. I was like, man, Ghost used to be like that last place team in the league, and now, you know, with a new roster, they've worked over some of the problems, and now they're like the 1st team in the league. And then EnVyUs like, hey guys, remember us? We won some majors and stuff. And nope.
Hey, we've got Cold Zero. I don't know if you've heard of him.
He's the very famous 1v50 Bisoner.
Yep, that's the guy. No, they have Bisons. He has
also a Bison.
P90.
He's that good.
A P90. We'll give him something a step above.
Give him a Deagle, he'll do it.
That's true. He probably would. To be honest, I reckon. What would be the worst weapon we could give Cold that where he'd win that? I don't know. Let's save that discussion for all right. Let's save that discussion for a tech pause of some description if we do have one, and maybe that can be some interesting content. But in the meantime, we have better content, more interesting content, which is Pistol Round going live here on Dust2. Envy on that CT side, taking short control already.
Crystal's crept out long without throwing any utility, but JDM might be able to pick up some quick headshots as well as Tempest, but instead they pick up quick headshots, but it's receiving them, not giving them.
It's not what you want. Cutler playing behind Car. We'll get a free one onto Crystal, but the rest of Rogue repositioning over towards B. 1 player on each bomb site and 1 floating around in mid for Envy.
They're on an adventure.
For them. Yeah, Rogue are on an adventure. Just seeing the sights of new Dust2, taking in the new textures.
Cutler's pushing mid for info here, Tim, so we'll see how much he actually gets. I don't know if he actually spotted top mid. Now he's doing that. So they know middle's clear, drone spotting towards uppers. Actually, Cutler's pushing. This is a really good risk to take because you can't be sure if they're not out long at this point.
And you're not going to hold the A-bomb site 1v4. Maybe you get like 2 kills at best, but Cutler, they're not going to know this is coming.
Very smart move.
Has to hold his fire, though. Don't just go for the first one that you see. Hasn't checked the right corner yet. Surely we'll spot them in a sec. He's hearing all this utility happening. He's waiting for it. Now he's going to go, and they're still not looking, but they are going to cross into the A-bomb site. This has been called for Cutler, and unfortunately he's been spotted, but he will be able to find Vice. Looking for more here, and Cutler, great damage onto Ricky as well. Now he can make some space for his teammates to fall in smartly. He's going to rotate back so we can have some cover, and great shot onto Hiko there as well. Flashbang to Bias with support. Great shot onto Ricky, now sick. 1 versus 3. Cutler's turned this around by himself. 4K in the pistol round thus far. Looking for his ace. He's going to get it too. Cutler turning it around single-handedly for Envy.
Yep. That is the mark of a veteran, very experienced player in Cutler. You're in a 3-on-4, you know, you're going up against these Ts who have a lot of map control. They've gained a lot of info and picked the 2 people who were really trying to make the difference in that round on short. So he knows, you know, I don't see anything middle here. If they bust B, I've got my 2 friends over there. If they go out long, we're absolutely screwed though. So I've got to make some kind of a play here in the disadvantageous situation. He does just that. The best kind of play you can make, kill the entire enemy team.
Oh, yes.
Oh yes, the good old
The fabulous
murder.
The very popular ace them strat.
I mean, Simple's a master of it.
It's true. So Envy now, with the help of Cutler, will move into a decent buy. Lots of SMGs to make the money. JDM going for the scout so he can have a scoped weapon in his hands.
With the plant though, Rogue have a decent buy of their own. A very good buy, in fact, next round.
Very good buy indeed. They're getting an extra $2,400 on top of what they have now. So everyone's looking around or above the $5,000 mark, which on the T side, when you've got AKs, means that you're getting quite a bit. Full P250s here, so...
Story of this round is how many little kills can these Rogue P250s get? Because every single one is a very expensive investment, or reinvestment for Envy, rather.
2 players ready for this short push, though. Scout and M4 holding this off. Semphis lurking in a corner out long. So it's going to be an A-split here for Rogue, but no utility, no armor. Really just got to hope that the frags go their way.
Just don't want to run into Semphis or Drone, that's the main thing. And I think they're definitely running into Semphis.
This JDM with the first big tag. Here's Semphis going for a big spray down, but actually not able to convert anything here. Could be a bit of a problem for them. JDM can't quite hit these shots either. Oh
dear.
No. Well, that's an M4 and a scout in the hands of Rogue.
Don't give it to Ricky. That's the last person you want it with.
If he's going to get 1 at least in a 2 versus 4, really, I should say this from Envy's perspective. 2 versus 5 before he gets that one. There is utility to work with here,
the
but
good old pixel in front of Sick. HE nade ineffective.
excellent. There's another one for Nifty, but it's going to get flanked out by Hiko there. Now Drone, lots of work to do and not much time to do it. 0 kit available for him as well. Going to have to back out and save. Rogue getting away with murder. In
Literally.
many senses of the word.
Yes. Many murders occurred.
Going to be able to save so many guns here. Drone with the MP9 will at least grab 1 frag, but not the second. Rogue are going to come away with the most expensive guns that were available for them. I mean,
the
FAMAS
hesitation
goes down,
from
but
Hiko on that repeat
do I get him?
kills him.
But they get an M4 out of it. They invested, what, 5 P250s into that round.
Mm.
Oh dear.
You
Well,
really...
Off the back of their P250 success, let's have a look back at Cutler's pistol success just to make us feel a little bit better about that one falling away.
Yeah, well, let's be real, right? That should have been a pistol round for Rogue, and then Cutler aced them.
And so that should
And
have been
then now
a
they
round.
instantly lose the round against the literal $300 investment. 1,500 across the board. That's like an SMG, no armor on 1 player. That's how much money they lost to.
That's like Mac 10 flash and smoke, basically. Sig's going to find the first player out through the smoke, as you do.
Oh, this is very bad for Envy. They really needed to get their money rolling so that they could get these AWPs out.
They really need them.
Rogue are keeping their economy absolutely good.
I mean, it's always going to happen when you can invest $1,500 and win a round. The only other way I think you can invest that little and win a round is like
Simple.
either, yeah, you give 1 player like a Deagle armor with Simple,
No,
Well,
you just get simple and electronic, and you give them a deagle each, and you go kill.
and then you buy 2 decoys just to make up the rest of the money.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like maybe
Or
you
you save
buy 5 smokes and do some sick bomb plant strat that they can't retake in time, and you defend it with blocks. I don't know. There's not a lot of ways to win around with that little investment outside of the pistol round, but
Look at all these rogue players, so low. Someone call them medic. They're all alive though.
ready? We've got a medic for them. Let's call the next round. Bam, they work fast.
Whoa. What healthcare for the terrorists? Who would have known terrorism?
No,
Great healthcare plans.
you're not allowed to say that terrorism pays your health bills, Pilly. That's not okay, even in Counter-Strike, because it doesn't.
I mean, it's probably for the best, really. They're bound to get themselves injured.
Drone just took 6 damage.
Great commentary, Tim.
No idea what from. I actually don't know what you take that little damage from, to be honest. Maybe
Just
a
got
knife from a
shot by
teammate?
like a AK through the mid doors, probs.
Possibly. Well, here comes a very clean entry onto the B-bomb site. Sick with the first headshot. No one else here to defend it. Pistols for Envy, and they're going to be nowhere near as good as they were for Rogue. Hiko, bit of a messy spray, but still has the health to be able to deal with this. Cutler, 1v5. He did it in pistol effectively. Not sure he's going to be able to pull it off now. They're already looking for him. There's the head exposed for Sick, and a nice quick headshot to close it.
Yikes.
Yikes, indeed.
First gun round, they can only afford 1 Whopper. Not even a double Whopper. Come on, Drone. Give it to someone. You know that you need it.
So clean from Sick. So clean.
One would almost say that was
No,
unwell.
no, they wouldn't. Low-hanging fruit, don't do it, Mitch. Don't go there. A lot of pressure out long from both teams. But Rogue going to think better of pushing it after getting some utility out there. Envy established big control of that, but choosing to go B is Rogue, and there's 4 players on A for Envy. Mid to B, smoke thrown.
It's actually a masterstroke of a call from Crystal if he's their RGL, which I'm assuming he is.
Yeah, good luck,
Mid
Nifty.
to B in this first gun round is like a killer for Envy because they want to start getting their AWP working, and you're never going to send your AWP to like window in the first round ever.
No.
So like,
Ooh, that was actually a pretty important first engagement for Rogue to win there.
surprised they're not just hitting him with it. What are they waiting for? They obviously
The
don't know the
stars to
setup for
align.
Envy.
They don't, but they'll figure it out pretty quickly. They've just got to get rid of Nifty here, who is playing a good angle to deal with this. There's the first frag coming in for Ricky as well. Cutler destroyed in CT. Here comes this push in. Got to be a lot of work done here by Nifty. The first 2 kills will be easy care of the health.
He's
Almost
so
gets
good.
all 3. It's a great play from him to open it up. Just looking for the refrag in mid, but not going to be able to get it. Bum will be down on B. All of Envy, though, getting on this retake. JDM, a little bit of utility to back up the AWP, but the B site, notoriously difficult to retake with that thing. He's going to need his teammates to get a frag or 2 before he even considers it. Flush over the wall from Rogue, just trying to make some space. That bomb already getting towards halfway through its timer, and Hiko going to find the first one over the door, but Drone's inside the bomb site. Crystal playing down on the side. His teammates making lots of space for him. They've managed to lock it down. Ricky with the 3K. Rogue unfortunately not able to get inside the bomb site, and that's going to put their money in the bin again.
Cutler's not fragged since the ace on the pistol. Nifty did great work there. Almost triples down on that gun round, but it's still not enough because just nothing else comes from it. It was a really great call from Rogue though.
Yeah, I mean,
Like they're really playing their opponent right now. They recognize that the orbs are going to have to be a key factor for Envy, but if you're just smacking them with mid to B every gun round, then they're not going to get a chance for those orbs to do anything.
well, that was an A stack, and it's gone. It's melted.
Like a
At this
cleaning
point-
commercial. He just wipes the bench and it's all gone.
It's all gone. Damn, and the CTs are gone. New cleaning product from, I don't know.
Rogue Gaming.
Rogue
Pod
Gaming.
6.
Ricky's doing pretty well as well. Look at all these headshots. I mean, it's against no armor, but the aim's there. That's good to see. It's
He's got 16k
it's really weird to
on
say.
the 7th round.
He does indeed. It's really weird to say that Envy would be better off if they'd lost the pistol. If Cutler hadn't aced, given how that second round went for them, they would have more money now, and they'd be in a better spot if they'd lost the pistol. But now they've got that double AWP out. Let's see where they're going to put him.
I see
Nifty
them
over towards
put
B.
them-
JDM getting aggressive in mid.
Put them in the terrace. Where's mouse 1?
You're going to be jamming a double off, as I believe is your
Jamming.
favorite way of describing it.
That is EnVy's jam, after all.
Nifty. That's a line. Rogue try and go dry into B here. They're going to have a pretty nasty surprise.
Yes.
Oh, they're going to have util for this, but they could also decide to go for the contact. Reasonable decision. But at this point, they have to suspect the AWPs are out. Ooh, Nifty. Almost given the opportunity. That smoke's going to have a hole in it. He can still sit on this line, and out they'll go. Going to find the one pick as well. Gets the smoke down of his own. Molotov there too. They're going to try and go through it. Goes for the no-scope, and nothing else he can do there. Sick, far too close. Now Drone, big work to do and can't get it done. Will be overrun by Sick. Cutler still looking up towards short, where Hiko is lurking around as he does best. But that bomb's already being planted out on B, and Hiko's just going to wait for his time. Either going to listen for this save coming in, which it is, or he could have backstepped out mid, but now going to go up short and try and steal these guns away. The EnVy money is still in the bin. If he's able to steal these guns from them, oh dear, Hiko can't quite land the spray, so EnVy for now avoiding some pretty crucial damage coming in, but they're all going to go hunt at this point. They've got so much cash. Try and deny the money. Ricky will make sure the bomb stays safe. Vice now looking for his chance to go and deny this money. Two of them so low. He's going to go through the smoke, but there's one right next to him and he can't spin in time. So EnVy, they'll pull off the save. Really important for their money that they do that. Still going to lose the round, but could have been much worse for them.
Yeah, Rogue are playing their opponents beautifully. Just the awkward contact plays, the fact that they're not spread out and trying to take map control all over the place. They are just holding on, waiting for their opponents to either push and then making a very quick contact play, really limiting the impact that either of the AWPers can have over on the side of EnVy, because they're just really not giving them peaks.
Wow. All right, Ricky. Double up on the T side coming out here for Rogue.
It's genius.
Why not? That means they have their own freedom to spread out and take some map control, because you can't really make solo plays for map control when you're up against a double AWP, because you will just get picked and your team will lose everything. Rogue, though,
Needs to be well timed.
yeah, Rogue grouping up and playing together means that the AWPs are limited to one apiece at best. And now that they've already found this first kill on Decemphus and a tag on JDM, got so much freedom here.
And just go straight back to the thing that worked last round. I love it.
Drone changing up his position very slightly from where he was, but Vice with a jumping AK headshot as you do. Nifty with one frag. Now worried about the mid to B. No one's there. They're all coming in through uppers, but so little that either of these players can do here. 19 and 29 HP for Nifty and JDM respectively. 4v2. Going to be 7-1 here for Rogue. Again, the question will be, can they save these guns? They're going to flash Sick out into mid, but fortunately for EnVy, their players have found some safety inside mid doors. They're going to peek out though. Sick going to be able to hunt one down, and JDM, will he get this AWP away in time? Sick doesn't look at it. I think JDM will just be able to hold on to this one unless this backstab comes through T-spawn really quickly, which I think it will. Hiko looking for it. JDM, it's such a tough position here. Maybe he can save the AWP, but this player's coming on both sides. Hiko surely will check this corner, and he will. No money for EnVy. Saved through at least. They do have a decent amount in the bank, but man, that second round P250 loss really put him in the bin.
I mean, it's not really that. Rogue's completely outplaying them right now. They look like the sharper players. Their strategies are very well tailored to be able to deal with how EnVy likes to play and finds their success. And there's only really basically a few things that EnVy are able to do well, which kind of points to their record in the Pro League overall, you know. It's, you know, playing those double AWPs and them having impact. If you don't give those AWPers any pick, EnVy have nothing to fall back on, you know. Drone could do well sometimes in the mid rounds and the late rounds, holding down those bomb sites when, you know, he's put in a good position. Maybe if the T's are a little bit pressured by one of his AWPers getting a pick, but when he's got 5 people running at him, he's not able to handle it very well. Especially with the limited info. It's just beautiful play from Rogue overall. They're really doing nothing wrong. It's a factor of, you know, playing your opponent so many times in the local scene, you know, and being familiar with them. You know exactly how they're going to play, and you can play around that.
Ooh.
They're just being the sharper team right now, let's be real.
Pico just destroyed that short play. JDM's going to try and get something with the P250, but Ricky lays in wait. Nothing at all going the way of Envy. And this was the map that you gave Envy a chance on. Dust2 was the one you said could be the one if we went for a map apiece here, so... It looked so good in the pistol as well. I mean, I lie. It looked good for Cutler in the pistol. The rest of the pistol round didn't go too well, but it looked good for Cutler at least, and we thought maybe there was some hope that plays could be made, but Ricky's just picked Nifty through the smoke.
Even then, like, his ace on the pistol was not like, you know, oh my god, look at my USP aim. It was like he's made a good decision, and he's able to shoot a lot of players in the back and stuff like that. There you go, Rogue getting a little bit too excited. Game is, you know, that's, you know, what kind of happens. You, things are a little bit too easy for Rogue right now, and they're making some small mistakes, but so good. Still 3-on-3, which favors the terrorists, and they're just going to head into the B side.
Indeed, they are. Once again, you're going to struggle to hold this one. Just drone locked outside. Gonna throw in a nade, try and do some damage to the bomb planter. We'll do a little bit to Crystal, but not a huge amount. Cutler, once again, going for a big flanking maneuver. JDM's nowhere near this one, hoping that someone's going to peek into his AWP. It's going to come down to Cutler flanking once again, but Hiko, ever the flanker himself, has of course got the read. Waiting for this push to come in, holding a perfect off angle, and Cutler going to walk straight into it. Easy frag for big man Hiko. He's going to go drone. They consider it. The flashes go over, but going to save once again. They're actually going to save both the AWPs, so it could be something that has a decent impact for them. Drone's getting chased, trying to get away as best he can, and with some little B-hops, will just about make it away. Vice not able to close the frags. But Rogue now 9-1. Do Envy have another round in them in this game?
Yeah, at least one. Especially with the double AWPs in hand that they've saved through, you know? It only takes Nifty and JDM opening it up with one each, and then all of a sudden you've strolled your way into a freebie. Rogue are really not giving them those opportunities very much, though, unless they're getting a little bit too loose, like we saw in that last round, where they're like, 2 picks already, I guess I'll just go do whatever I want, and then that's where the Envy players are able to, you know, catch them with the off angles and those kind of things. Oh my god. See, that's the kind of things that you look at, the opening of the round where both of them just instantly hit the pick that makes this team scary, but when their economy's kept low, they're really unable to do it as much.
And even when their economy's been decent, they still haven't had much success with these AWPs. Now is the first round that we've seen in quite some time where they've been able to do too much, and JDM somehow hits another one. He's on point. There we go. Ace. All 5 kills for the double AWPers.
Ace for the AWPs, yeah.
That's what you like to see from Envy. That is the X factor in their CT sides.
Yeah.
That's probably why they picked up 2 AWPers.
Well,
or at least
obviously, if it was that good all the time, then they would be doing a lot better, right?
Well, that was probably the aim. They were like, this is what we want to happen.
No, I don't think that's ever the aim, to just rely on double AWP. Like, historically, regardless, we'll talk about it in a sec, they're rushing straight out long for the first time. Lots
of views still out here. Cutler's going for a big spray, but not able to find it just yet. Sanfus going to get overwhelmed as well, so Cutler in pit. In a pit of despair, as it were. One player still at card to oppose them. It's Drone here, and he's got an AK-47 in hand, so a bit more firepower on him.
See how Rogue resolve this. They can decisively just go try to take the bomb site. They can spread out and just try to retake map control. Obviously, mollying him out is going to garner you another pick without taking too many risks. I imagine these AWPs are probably just going to be saved by Envy despite how far down they are in score. But like I was saying before, Tim, like, you know, the only team that's ever had that much success jamming a double AWP as frequently as Envy need to do it is maybe like Immortals. And even then, that wasn't long-term success. That was like a short period where they actually had good results in a Premier tournament.
Which Immortals lineup would this have been?
What's that?
Which Immortals lineup would this have been? Like Henny and...
Yeah, the Henny and KNG double
Henny
AWP.
and KNG, okay, that's what I was asking.
With Steel, Bolts, and...
someone else.
Who was it?
I can't remember. I never actually casted that Immortals lineup. Either way, 1 frag goes each way as we talk about that, but not to worry. Not too much was missed. Nifty trying to hold on to his AWP, but he's already been flanked out. He's not going to be able to do it. Crystal will grab the final kill. Both orbs denied for Envy.
Oh, Lucas, obviously. Henny never plays without Lucas.
That's true. There
Silly
you go.
me.
Well, Envy, gonna get another buy together, but
Hey, if they've got at least one AWP, it's a buy round.
I've got two. JDM with only a flashbang, Nifty with nothing, but he's gonna find a shot though. That's Ricky down. Gotta be careful getting too aggressive against this team or too overzealous with these AWP picks. There we go. That's another great start for the double AWPers. Making the plays, one pick down mid, the other pushes up short. Never going to expect both AWPers to be picking you from around mid, so it works out well for Envy, and now Crystal's AWPing.
I've worked it out,
Have you?
Tim.
Yep. Lay it on me.
So Envy is just a way to farm all the best AWPers in the scene, and then when another pro team needs an AWPer, you just like raise the bar and you're like, take your pick. It's like an AWP shop. You go in, it's the AWPer shop. You're like, you want JDM? You want Nifty?
Yeah,
got all your little prices.
Soon they're going to sign like Skadoodle and
yeah,
what other
just
AWPers
sign
do you have?
all the AWPers, and then you become the AWPer shop.
Ooh, nice shot there from Nifty as well.
And then the Pro League's just a way to like for them to show their skills. This is like their like advertising. Oh my god.
It's like, yeah, we may have lost all our games, but here's all our AWPs highlights.
But yeah, really though, that's every game. There's at least one sick one.
Mm-hmm. Always is.
Then again, any game that Nifty's in, there's at least one sick highlight.
Speaking of sick, he's alive with the AWP in a 2 versus 4 here. Still got to overcome JDM. Smoke down for the cross. We'll get the space to do.
Ouch.
Oh, it won't. Never mind. Hiko 1v4. 25 seconds left. Drops into JDM. Great shot there, but bomb stuck down at Car. Gonna have to get some more headshots here. He's gonna be given one and almost a second, but Cutler will overwhelm him.
Been looking sharp this game, hasn't he, Tim?
Yeah, Hiko's been looking good. Actually, top
Then
fragging on his team, 13 and 5.
His former teammate on the other team, not quite up to the same standard, huh?
Yeah, Semphis having a bit of a rough one. 0, 4, and 11.
Too many deadlifts. He's got noodle arms.
Needs some pre-workout to get him going. Fast out long for Rogue. Very fast indeed. Cutler blinded and exposed. Will be taken down. Lots of flashbangs being thrown. Got Vice there to find the gaps in them to get the kill that he needs. Once again, Envy have lost a player within the first 20 seconds or so. This seems to be the way it goes. They either get 2 picks with the AWPs and win the round, or they just lose all of their players really quickly. Or lose at least 2, you know, in the first 30, 40 seconds of the round and then can't recover. 3 players stacked up on the A-bomb side, trying to deny Rogue any sort of presence here, but Rogue not a team easily denied as they currently sit at 10 rounds out of the 14 we've played, looking to grab the last 2, make it a 12-3.
Yeah, the T's have a man advantage, so this time instead of, you know, decisively going to hit the bomb side, I mean, last time they were aided by the drone pick, but they will spread out and try to take a little bit more map control, but now heading back into long, they can throw some smokes, maybe some flashes, but the only person really with utility is Hiko, and he's in lower, so instead they're just going to opt to walk up the left wall here, one single smoke. They might double smoke the cross and just get across, which is something Mousesports like to do a lot.
It's a safe way to do it. Nifty, considering going through it, instead going to throw his own smoke and run through that, but they're ready for it. I mean, there's not a lot else that's going to happen when you suddenly see a smoke appear through your smoke. Hiko lurking in lowers will be able to backstab all of these players on short. Spots out one. This is the shot. But still, put so much pressure on here. JDM with a scout's going to hit that one, so he can grab the AK. Envy will look to save for the last round. 3 rifles saved through, but no AWP possible. Actually, maybe. Maybe for drone. I'm not sure how many rounds they've lost in a row here. But I think it's not many.
World
We'll have a look
scoreboard.
at that in a second, once JDM has been destroyed by Sick. Let's see. Can anyone from Envy save? The answer's going to be no. Drone manages 1, but no more than that. Let's have a look at that money. Nope, no AWP.
Definitely not.
Ouch. JDM got 1 frag with a scout last round. We've certainly seen him be good with anything long and scoped before, so see if maybe he can pull something off, but Rogue at this point, yes, absolutely. Rogue at this point looking way too good. Going for the double AWP on their own T side just to show Envy, hey, we have that too, and going to hit the shot onto JDM. Almost twice. Crystal the one to finish it though.
Thanks. Thank Mr. Crystal.
Thank Mr. Crystal.
Oh lord, what an off angle. That's all I really have to say. I mean, this has just been incredibly one-sided. Rogues absolutely outplayed them. They've definitely showed up individually much more than EnVy have. And apart from Cutler acing on the pistol and 2 different rounds where the AWPs killed the entirety of the team of Rogue, EnVy can't do anything.
Correct. It's not been a great showing here from Team EnVy, unfortunately.
They got 1 round without the AWPs, and that was the only round where they couldn't possibly have them.
And that was Cutler getting an ace. So, look, I'm not going to say it's bad prospects for them, but it's not good. Cutler takes all of his HP in a Molotov or lose all of his HP in a Molotov in the hope of finding an angle they wouldn't expect. But Drone, 1v5, last round of the half. 12-3 almost guaranteed as Hiko with an AWP hits a jumping shot because why not everyone have an AWP at this point? 12-3. 1 round, won by a pistol ace from Cutler. 2 rounds, won by AWPs.
3 rounds, won by no
EnVy.
one. EnVy?
That's it.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
See? 3 rounds. There, it says there.
4 rounds
We're just counting now?
to go until Rogue wins the game.
Today on Counting with the Pro League casters.
Come on, what's 5 rounds, Tim?
Half, a third of a half. Half a third. A third
Yes,
of a half was
10
the correct one.
minus 4.
I'm sorry?
It's 6 rounds.
I feel like we're really providing stellar analytical content here in the halftime
There's
break.
nothing to analyze. Rogue are completely on top of this game. They are running around the map and wrecking EnVy. The most interesting part of this game is how well Rogue is playing around the win conditions of EnVy, which is not something that you always see in Counter-Strike. A lot of teams just go, let's do the same thing against everyone. Rogue are adjusting their play based on their opponent. We saw against Liquid, they were really going for the cat control and trying to throw cat executes. Occasionally, they would go out mid to B or they would go out long. But against EnVy, they are really jamming that B contact with the lurk smoke out, because that is an extremely effective way to deal with AWPers. That 5th round, they went for the quick mid to B, or well, they could have gone for the quick mid to B, which I would have supported, but they ended up going for the slower sort of contact after taking that mid control, which worked as well. And then they also rushed out long with a bunch of flashes, which once you have long control, and especially if you're going to pick that long anchor who's the rifler, and not spread out and get map control and give the AWPers opportunities to pick you and come back into the round that way, that's going to work as well. So the strats from Rogue, really, really impressive to be able to deal with a double AWP setup. And as long as you're able to deal with that, then you shouldn't really have too many problems beating EnVy most of the time.
Well, let's see if EnVy have any more miracles in the pistol round for us. In particular, if Cutler's got any more. Did get the ace in the first round of the game. We thought it was maybe going to be a pretty decent start here for Team EnVy, but in the end, there wasn't much else there to get done. Though EnVy are going for a pretty quick A split here. Bomb and one of the player out A long, 3 up short, but there's 3 here for Rogue, ready to deal with it. Got a kit on Crystal. Over on B, so we'll have to rotate to help his team out when the bomb does get planted, if the bomb gets planted, but there's flashes to work with as well. Smoke out, flash out for EnVy. Look like they want to drop someone into CT here, but haven't done it just yet. That said though, Nifty with the P250 is going to hit the entry out long. 2v5 on the A bomb site now. Rogue in a great spot. Nifty doing very well indeed. He's hit all 3 entries with the P250 and opened up the bomb site for his team.
Yeah, we're about to see what I would imagine would be a second pistol from EnVy, unless Sick and Crystal are going to go absolutely nuclear. Oh, uh-oh. Tim, they're doing it. 2 picks.
They're doing me a concern. Oh, no. Oh, Sick nearly hit that, so close, but JDM cleans it up. Now Crystal. This is the kit player, but so little HP to work with. Can't put a foot wrong, and unfortunately, Drone, for him, Drone will get the ending kill. So EnVy, 2 pistol rounds in the game. 4 rounds won.
Yikes.
When half of the rounds that you've won in the game are pistol rounds, it's concerning. But they should be able to get one more here. I mean,
maybe that'll get their T side double orb going.
that's true.
I don't know
Doesn't
if they're
look
going to do
straightforward.
that, to be honest. Like, last time I saw Envy play this map against Ghost, where they, obviously their T side, they got no rounds on it. But they put themselves in some good positions to be able to get rounds.
No, hold on a minute. This is kind of concerning.
Yeah.
This is USPs in a single P250 drone. Not yet been locked down though, and he's doing good work, so the trade comes out, but it's okay, it's 3v3. Envy at this point should just back out and go towards B. They know there's multiple along, and that is indeed what they're going to do.
They have lost friends though. They had to leave some of the boys behind. Wow, I
Never
can't
leave the boys
believe
behind.
that JDM has run down mid without his teammates with the bomb.
That's... If
Very
there was
scary.
a player, if someone either pushed mid quickly,
Yeah.
pushed long quickly,
Like
or if
the
there was a
fast
player
rotate
at mid,
after that long stuff
that
happened.
would have been super risky. And my boy Heeks, flanking with a Mac 10, they managed to get Ricky onto one of those as well. Never going to call him Heeks ever again. It makes me kind of sick to do it. But
Makes
bomb's
me
gonna go
kind of
down.
Ricky. Am I right?
The worst joke that you've ever done on any broadcast that I've
Thanks.
ever had with you. I'm impressed.
Bad jokes on my Vice, dude.
I'll leave. I don't need to be here. I'll go home. You can do this.
I'm down.
Do you want to make a sick joke as well, just to go for the really easy ones? I don't know. Work Crystal in and I'll be impressed. JDM, bit of a risky spot, but does manage to get the kill with the P250. The joke that you could go for is something about intentions being crystal clear, and I've stolen it from you, so too bad. Cutler. Looks like he will go down and lose a Galil. Eco quite able to grab it. It fell so deep in uppers, but he's able to get it and get away. Sempus not wanting to risk his AK, but Envy will grab another one. 5 rounds for them now, but that's not an AWP. Look at your boy Ricky. And yes, I know he couldn't afford an AWP, but still like to see the org. It's good fun.
Krog. How do you say it? I can't even
Krog.
remember. Krog.
It's like Craig, but with org.
Yeah.
Because we called the Krieg Craig, for those who missed all of the action-packed bad jokes from yesterday's broadcast.
Fast
We'll catch
cat
you up soon
play.
today.
It's a fast cat play.
It is a lot of damage onto Ricky here. Vice with the Galil able to get one, but again, it's Nifty on the entry, bailing out Envy when it looks like they might be getting stuck, might be getting bogged down by rogue players. Nifty comes through to help them out. He did it in the pistol. He does it again here. Again, JDM almost gets picked with the bomb in hand. But this time Cutler hangs around and is able to grab Sick. They won't expect that second player flanking immediately, but Cutler does go back for it now. Looks like Rogue will have to save here.
I have faith in Envy. Still. I know that sounds a little ridiculous, but when we watched them play their T side against Ghosts, they actually put themselves in plenty of advantageous situations, like 3-on-2s and 4-on-3s and stuff, but they just proceeded to lose every post plant. So they definitely have the ability to get themselves in good situations. The question is really, will they make the best of those situations? Or will they just make mistakes like they did against Ghost in the post plants and proceed to lose in, you know, kind of upsetting fashion? I reckon that they can make a good run back into this game, especially with how fickle the CT economy can be.
Can be a bit of a sneaky one. Look at poor old Sanford over there, not part of the gang.
You go sit in the corner until you can get some kills, young man.
Wow. Surely he's got some by now, right? I haven't actually paid enough attention to the kill feed.
That's your only job. Read the kill feed, Tim.
Whoa, dude. Come on, don't be toxic. Rogue is taking attack timeout.
He had one,
I feel
one
like
job.
the discussion at this point is don't get double picked by Nifty. And or triple picked.
I don't think he can really avoid that. He's just one of those players, isn't he?
That's true.
Doesn't always do it, but when he does, there's nothing you can do. He's too quick. Straight back into the game, Timothy.
Correct. Very true indeed. 2 guns saved for Rogue. Everyone else on the pistols, armor, and or utility, depending on who you're looking at. JDM on the AWP, his weapon of choice. Nifty sitting on the AK, but he's certainly been good with that. No double orb needed just yet for Envy.
I
Going
don't
for a
think that
very
they
heavy A
should,
stack.
honestly. Like, Nifty is so good with the AK, actually, at like opening up and multi-fragging. We saw it in the Ghost game as well. He was like going out mid to B and getting like multi-frags with the AK. And then in this game he gets a multi-frag, you know, coming up cat as the second in. You know, he's a sick AWPer, but it's not like he's useless with the rifle. He's actually quite proficient with it.
The A stack is being run into by Envy at this point. Will they get a flash over? No, but Semphis able to recover for one. Good grenade, but Semphis now doing work. Were those his first 2 kills? No, the scoreboard resets at every half. Okay. They're his first 2 kills of the half, but not his first 2 of the game necessarily. Damage being done by the pistol. Pico going to get 2 there. Okay, that's going to be a gun in the hands of Crystal and bombs in lower.
But they don't know that.
They don't, but the T's going to have a bit of a weird angle. Hiko's going to get spotted. We'll get away with it. And now the fact that he's holding mid becomes a bit of an issue because he's cutting off Semphis and Nifty can't re-peek. It's got to go the other way. Ooh, Crystal spots it. Really weird fight to lose, but 7 seconds. Is there even time to get this bomb down? 4,
Nope.
3. Got to win this fight. All right, Hiko's won the round.
What a way to drop around when you just start to make a comeback into it.
Yeah, that feels bad. Feels bad for Envy, but Rogue now.
I think it's the caster's curse, honestly.
Yeah, maybe you cursed him. You're a witch, Pilly.
No, I'm a Mitch.
Witch Filipowski. Excellent. That works perfectly. Fast B rush for Envy, 4 AKs. Single CZ, going to go in very quickly indeed, but 6 done, all of the damage in the world. His teammates aren't even here yet, he's just destroying them. Everyone taking a bunch of damage. Crystal's going to find another one through the smoke. There's still a bunch of, well, there's one molly. There's enough that they can deny this bomb plant. Envy go for the B rush, get shut down.
There's no way Envy wins this 2-on-5, right, Tim?
You'd like to think so, for Rogue's sake, but maybe. They're going to go for the play here, flashing out into mid, but Sick is ready for drone. Crystal goes through the smoke and destroys Nifty. AK's recovered. You were trying to curse it, but no.
But
you
no.
could not.
Drone is also having a rough one.
This is true. This is true. Where is my boy Semphis? 3 and 3. Okay, it doesn't actually show. I'm going to check the score a little. I want to know if we did actually manage to get a kill in the last half, because I'm not sure.
I need to give this new Tech 9 a try out tonight.
Going to game. Going to play some CS.
Yeah, I have to play a match.
That's true. I was gonna make a joke about making sure that you get your MM rank up, but you actually have an official to play. That's right.
Yeah, we're gonna maybe lose. We'll see.
Man. 6 minutes so good locking down the speed bomb site. 3 frags for him there. Ricky helping out with drone.
Maybe if I watch some sick demos, I'll win.
We'll learn how to shoot people in the face.
Yep. Do you reckon if I DM him, he'll give me some advice? How I shoot so good?
So Semphis is, according to the scoreboard on HLTV, 3, 4, and 16. So yes, all of his kills have been in this half. Can get anything done.
Yikes.
On T side. Big yikes. But really, this whole match has been a bit of a big yikes for Envy. Unfortunately for them,
you know what we need to do with
their Pro League season is not getting any better. What do we need to do with Semphis?
Not that, but nah.
What?
We need to tell him to get as many kills as pounds he can deadlift, and then he'd have like hundreds, right?
Hundreds, surely.
Hundreds of kills. Easy.
Surely.
Hundreds of kills a match.
Make it like grams for more bonus points.
Okay.
Well, if you convert all the weights that you can lift into like grams, then surely there's like thousands of kills.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands.
Easy for my boy Semphis.
Easy for Semphis, going 100,000 to 1 in a best of 1. Easy points, but Envy facing off against match point here. Pistols, scouts, Going to try and underhand a flash out. Will actually blind Hiko, but here's Vice on the bomb site getting tagged, but they're not looking at it in time, and he will be able to get one more. Hiko straight through the smoke, of course, as well. Ricky holding down short, playing the game, trying to dodge, but JDM will hit him and get upgraded to an AWP. Hiko now very at risk from short, but JDM hasn't peaked it yet. Now 6 going straight into refrag. Semphis, 1v3, needs to double his kills for the entire game and will not be able to do it. That's going to be the game. Going to Rogue in the end after a 12-3 first half. Going to be a 16-6 for them. Envy not really getting anything going here on Dust2.
Yeah, and if they can't get it going on Dust2, I don't have very high hopes for Cage. Obviously, that's just going to put Rogue further ahead of Envy in terms of that auto relegation spot. And not only that, that's quite good for Rogue's round diff.
It is indeed.
The old round diff.
Getting plus 10 in this one. So Envy going to add another minus 10 onto theirs, which will put them at negative 114, I think. They're at 104 before. So
we're going for the record here, are we?
We're doing it. I'm actually going to check in the break here what the if the record is like 170. I'm pretty sure that's where it's at, but we'll have a look because, I mean, got to be a record-breaking team in some respect, right?
I mean, with that lineup, you have to be, right?
It hurts, man. I want them to be good, and they can be better. Like, we do see moments of really good stuff. I mean, a lot of it's individual play, but Nifty was particularly on point, especially on the entry fragging on their T side there.
Yeah.
JDM had a few good rounds on the AWP, but double AWP in particular worked quite well. It run them the majority of their rounds on the CT side. Or the
problem with JDM, right, is like if your team's just not losing rounds, not winning rounds very much, then he's just not a very good player to have because he has to have the AWP to be able to get, you know, huge impact. And if you're constantly losing rounds, your money's not doing very well. You can only have so many AWPs in a game.
Well, the scout was alright for him too, but he needs a scoped gun, unfortunately. Not unfortunately. I mean, he's very good with it, but last time I looked at JDM stats, which admittedly was a while ago, but pretty sure all of his stats from officials with, I think it was CLG, his most used weapon was the AWP, followed by the P250, and only then followed by the AK and the M4. So, doesn't use the rifle a whole lot, and Nifty on the other hand really can, but it's just not enough, especially when, not to rag on the guy, but Semphis gets 3 kills in one half, and it's a second half where you only play like, what, 7 rounds?
Well, I think Nifty is actually okay in the role that he's in, to be honest, in this MV squad. Like, if you think about it, if you go back to Renegades, obviously he was in game leading, so he wasn't able to live up to his fullest potential in terms of being able to frag because you're distracted, right? But if you really think about it, if he's the secondary AWP and he's able to go aggressive and run around the map, that's what he wanted to do anyway with the AWP on CT side. And then on the T side, he was never really fantastic with the AWP anyway. Like, he would have his moments when he's coming into the bomb site and closing out post plants and stuff like that, but in terms of consistency on the T side, rounds when he wasn't like 2 or 3K'ing and lighting the server up, he wasn't able to do as much. So it's nice to see him on the AK because he's quite proficient with it. He's able to multi-frag in quick succession and actually looks pretty sharp with it. So this might actually be, in terms of roles, like the best version of Nifty possible, other than maybe putting him in a primary AWP role where he's not distracted by in-game leading, but that's yet to be determined, I suppose.
Yet to be attempted.
Yeah.
Nifty, he's certainly playing well, looking to be all that he can be, and if you two are looking to be all that you can be, Pillar, you can do it with MSI. We're not going to talk about motherboards this time because we did that way too much over the last, what
else do they
of Pro League?
Laptops and stuff, right?
Laptops and stuff, yeah.
They make graphics
Very good laptops.
cards.
They do, they make graphics cards as well.
Wow.
So
They
lots
do it
of
all.
things that can make your Counter-Strike be very pretty and very speedy and very good.
Yeah. And really, your Counter-Strike performance is the only thing that contributes to your best self, right?
100%. Well, we're talking about Pro League, yeah, because, you know, we're all assessing everyone on Counter-Strike performance. But in the meantime, that's going to do it for map 1. That is Dust2 done between Rogue and Envy. We have one more map in this matchup and 2 more matchups today afterwards. But first, we look to case between these two teams right after the break.